I just decided at that point that I would just take as much treatment as I could and try to go out and do what I could the next 24 minutes, hoping that, some type of presence out on the court could make a difference, open up some opportunities, and, I just did my best. But I have to give credit to my teammates. They came out and really held it together in the first half. Michael really put the scoring load on his shoulders and, just did what he could, and, he had an outstanding performance. It was a great team win, but you can't overlook what he's done for this team, especially in today's game.
Scottie, for years, your courage had been questioned by people in Chicago and elsewhere. The migraine headaches, the 1.8 seconds. Is it important to you that this performance changes people's minds about your courage and toughness?
Not exactly. I just wanted to get the series over with. I want the team to stay close and allow me the opportunity to come out and give my best 24 minutes, which didn't look that great, especially in my eye. But it was important for me to just try to be on the court and make my presence known and try to be effective any way possible. I think I have great knowledge of the game and knowing what I could do and a lot of things that I could not do out there. But I don't reflect on those things. I just try to go out and play for my teammates and give the best performance that I can and try to come away to win. I didn't want to be looking at a Game 7 knowing that I'm not 100% and we're pretty much having our backs against the wall playing on their court.
Scottie, last year Michael sat at the podium and talked about how important it was to bring everyone back for one more year. Even with what you said at different times during the season, wouldn't you like to do one more year and forget rebuilding, maybe sign a one-year deal? Is that a possibility?
I'm not thinking about that right now. Give me a couple days and I'll give you an answer. But right now I just want to enjoy this moment and, get myself feeling good again physically. I have to just sit back and enjoy this moment, and I'll just see what's going to happen.
It's a possibility.
Anything is possible.
Next question.
Scottie, you know Michael as well as anybody, certainly as a competitor, and as he considers his future, at some point his physical skills will decline. We know that it has to happen.
They haven't declined yet, so I can't agree with that.
Do you think at some point he could accept playing without being the most dominant player in the sport?
No. No, not at all. I mean, Michael has probably got another 5 years left on his career. I mean, even before we can even see a decline in it. I mean, because he has so much knowledge of the game. There's other things that, he knows that is waiting in his game that he can always pull out. And right now we're seeing him probably at the top of his game because he used so much knowledge as well as the physical skills that he has when he's out on the court.
Scottie, I know you don't want to talk about your future particularly, but if this was the end of this particular Bulls group...
Who's talking?
Right here. If this is the end of this group of Bulls being together, how great a run was it, in your opinion?
Wonderful. Tremendously. I mean, it's unforgettable. I mean, it's something that I'll be able to look back and cherish for the rest of my life, to be able to win 6 titles in the last 8 years. It's been a great run for us. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of celebrations, and I can never see any other team in the future being as dominant as this ball club has been. And, you hate to see it come to an end, and you don't want to see it come to an end. I mean, we feel like that we're dominant, even though we weren't 100% healthy, especially myself going in these last couple games. But it's been a lot of fun, and that's part of winning, is being able to have the courage and desire to go out and do whatever you can to bring your team to the top.
Okay, we are taking questions for both players.
Yeah, don't y'all forget.
Oh, no. Let him
Don't y'all forget Ron.
because he dominated the ball anyway, so let him go ahead.
For Ron Harper, Michael Jordan, judging by the press conferences, was almost hilarious after the 2 games you lost. How much of a factor was it with his leadership helping you getting by those defeats?
Well, here's a guy that does a lot for our basketball team, and without his sad part there, early during this ball game, he was the guy who was holding us there. And he came in during halftime, and he felt that we still had this basketball game, and the main thing that he said was for us to go out there and to give him some help. And once his sidekick came back, it was just one game that we hung in there, and we had a very good chance. And it was a very great ball game. And our hat goes off to him, to the guys on this basketball team. It was a great win for our team.
Ron, you feel like with this series in particular that you're finally getting the recognition you deserve?
I don't care about that. When I first came in this league, everybody said he can shoot the ball and do this slash and do this slam dunk. All them things don't mean anything. This is my third championship, and if I would have to change my game again, I would probably change it again, I think.
Scottie, over here. Scottie.
Yeah.
What exactly was your injury, and how did it happen?
Took too many charges from Karl Malone.
You was out the club too long.
I took a lot of hard falls, not just in this series, but this is something that's probably going back even far as the Indiana series. Just getting thrown to the floor, and I had a very sore back and took a couple falls in the last game that really threw me off, and I just lost a lot of my mechanics for its moving out on the court and being aggressive and coming over and attacking. And I felt like that was something that affected us in Game 5, that I didn't have the energy, the mobility to be aggressive from a defense standpoint, and as well as offense. I settled for a lot of jumpers, 0 for 7 from the three-point line, 2 for 16 from the game. Those things really worked against me, and defensively, I wasn't the same player. Even looking back at a lot of the tape of that game, they were saying how Utah had countered and were able to take advantage of me being able to come over and double team, and it was pretty much only because I wasn't physically mobile enough to get up and move. But as a result, we were able to counter, and we came away with a win.
Ron, if this team isn't back intact, how do you see your role changing next season? How good do you think this team can be?
I actually don't know. I'm not gonna think about what if and what's going to happen to this basketball team. I'm gonna just enjoy these next few days. This offseason, I'm going to enjoy. And I'm going to wait to see what happened to my best friend on this team, and hope whatever happened for him, because he been a great teammate, and he was the one who called me to be here. And if he want to be a Chicago Bull and be on this team again, it's up to him. To my man Scottie. And if you don't want to be a Bull, I'm going to be cheering for him anyway.
Okay, last question.
Okay, Ron, you had great defense on Stockton this game and throughout the series. Talk about the three-pointer that he made and the three-pointer that he didn't make in that 5 seconds.
Well, you understand. He's the kind of guy who runs his team. He has the basketball all the time, man. Everything goes through his hands. And last year, I didn't have fun. This year, I for sure said that I'm going to have fun. I'm going to do the things that I know that I can do. I use my size on him, and I just have fun out there. And the shot that he made was a very, very tough shot. And the last shot that he didn't make, I was relieved, put it that way. See y'all.
Okay, thanks, guys. You can take the trophy.